this is Debbie Evans. Debbie and Camille are taking off on another one of their road trips. We have done several trips to do promise meetings over the years, and we've really enjoyed being on the road. So I just thought I'd share a few tips with you as I'm getting ready to go out the door. I will show you some of the things to make sure that you don't forget. And I have a helper here. Albert Einstein will be overlooking to make sure I don't forget anything. One thing we want to make sure we have is a camera to take a picture of the meetings. You need pens, some form of sign-up sheet in case some of the families that do come are new advocates. And then I make sure that we have the talking points. And then what I also do, because there's actually more than one sheet that has information on it, I have a sheet that actually is in front of me in the meeting that has talking points from other sheets, so you're not shuffling papers around. I would suggest having either some sort of file or just a portfolio to put your papers in. This one has worked well for me. It's got it's a sort of an expandable file thing, and then you also need to make sure that you have your leave behind for the legislator. I would suggest putting it in a folder that looks different than all the papers, and so then when you put it in with other papers, you can immediately go to the right one. And because sometimes at the beginning of the meeting and there's a lot of people, it's a little bit harder to feel organized. And then I also make sure that I have the names of all the families that are supposed to be there, and hopefully their cell phone numbers, so if there's any last minute problems that I have that information. And then I like to make sure that I have extra stuff to make sure they know that I am knowledgeable and very invested in the process. I also make sure I have a few of the business cards. If you have business cards that you can hand out to the staff, and of course make sure you get a business card from the staff that's there, because that's your contact information. And there's a lot of different ways you can keep track of cards you may start accumulating. I find that I have a planner that's basically just for JDRF stuff, and then as I get stuff, I do the high-tech version of taping the cards into the book, and that way I never lose them. And then I have a few items of interest. We can always have a JDRF bear to make sure they know that we are from JDRF, to make sure they know that we really know our stuff. I would suggest a bust of Isaac Newton. And then there's also the more homey bear with the flag. And you can also plan on wearing a bow. And then the other option is a patriotic scarf. And if you don't want to be too overstated, we have the patriotic scarf that has the smaller stars. And then for those who are a little more introverted, you can have your basic red scarf. And then we always want to make sure that we look professional when we are walking into a meeting. So I make sure I have all my special effects professionally placed in a container so they are ready to go. And then we can head off to our meeting. So have a great time, and it really is fun hitting the road and helping families in the different districts get their meeting together. So thanks a lot for helping Camille and Debbie start off on their adventure. Thanks.